really do. But yeah, again, Scarlet, great first pick. Definitely high energy. Setting us off on the right foot because the next thing we're going to go to is a little special treat. Our resident co-host Bo and his band Elijah have a new track. And as hard as it was, I have still not listened to it because I was saving it for tonight. Granted, I really didn't have time to listen to much of anything, so it wasn't that difficult to find not find the time. But luckily, I'm gonna hear it with virgin ears tonight. So, do you want to give us any kind of like intro teaser to this track, Bo, that we can chew on going into it?
This one was we wrote this one a little bit differently than how we do a lot of the other songs. This is like it actually came from like a song that Steve had made by himself and never actually like put out there. Many like probably like I think he said like 4 or 5 years ago, like kind of around the time that he and I actually met and started working on stuff together. So he's got a handful of songs from that era that he had never actually like pushed out because they weren't really like mixed up to his standards and everything. And I just the chorus of that song that we're gonna hear, I just like kind of really hit me hard, and I knew that I could do a lot with that. So just kind of one of those like, hey, just let me and Victor take the wheel a little bit and do our thing on this, and just trust us on this one. So it was a lot of back and forth. I took care of big chunks of stuff, and then Vic came up with like the intro, and he crushed it on the rhythm parts on this song especially. And they kind of had the idea for all the little extra stuff like ambient stuff and everything going around. So he got to have a lot of fun with this one. It was a lot different than a lot of the other stuff that we put out, but still kind of in our line uh, um, as far as music goes, and fits nice with everything we do. So we really we spent a lot of time with this and pushed it hard.
Hell yeah. Well, he said the magic word. He said ambient. I love ambient stuff in music. I do a lot of it myself. So that was enough to get me excited, just hearing that one word. All the other stuff is great too. Like you and Victor taking the wheel as opposed to Jesus taking the wheel. That was great too. All that got me pumped for this track. So
I'm pumped.
so again, we got a resident co-host, Bo's band Elijah, dropped a new track. About to check that out. And it is it's a lyric video, right? Yeah, lyric video queued up. Put your eyes on the screen to enjoy the tunes both visually and through your ear holes. All right, here we go. Elijah, this is Pressure.
It's my back from my end, and it's a
Well, all right. Make sure this thing doesn't start playing again. All right. So let's see here, Bo. Bo. Get my screen back up. I got shit going all over the place right now. All right. So, let me say this real quick before I let Scarlet get in here. So, you guys were what? A tuning the majority of the track, and then you pitch down to like what? Like E, or a little lower?
It should be F.
F. Okay.
It pitches down to F, but we play E flat and then F are the notes specifically.
Okay.
So it pitches down to F, and we hit the 1 in the open. Because Steve wrote this song in drop C, and we wanted to go just a little bit meaner with the breakdown there, and so Victor went crazy and figured out put it in drop F.
Yeah, I'm about to say for a split second, y'all dropped down in my world. I was excited. That's awesome. I
like that.
I like.
We did that for you.
Yo, see, thank you very much. I feel special. But yeah, man, I liked that contrast when you did the pitch, because it made the pitch down, that tuning much more intense, because obviously years are trained on one tuning, and then all of a sudden, you know, the bottom falls out. So it's just a really cool trick to make a track interesting, and especially whenever you guys have the right riffs to complement the tunings, it just intensifies that as well. But you know what, Scarlet, get in here and give us your thoughts.
Well, we know that I done messed up, and I was listening to freaking the radio on shuffle on Spotify, and lo and behold, this track plays, and I look down, I'm like, this song's a fucking banger. I look down and I'm like, oh shit, that's my friend Boo. So I already heard the track before, okay, guys? It's not a blind listen for me, but it wasn't intentional. But what I will say is it's just as damn good the second time around, because I didn't listen to it twice. I held out. And what I will say is I love so many parts about this song. It's probably my favorite song by you guys yet. And I love the catchiness of the freaking chorus, man. It's so catchy, but it's still heavy. And I still get that nostalgia of like the MySpace metalcore for sure. Like that's still coming out hard. And I really love the Haste the Day vibes that I get from you guys all the time, because you still are very true to that, which I really enjoy. And I really liked that kind of interlude thing that was in there. I thought that was really cool. It kind of helped just to break things up a little bit. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and ask you, is this song political? Because it looked like it was about some kind of politics. I don't know if you even know the answer to that question.
It's more about Steve kind of we have like several songs that he's done that's kind of more based off of like family members with, you know, like it struggles with addiction of certain types. So that's kind of where several of his songs kind of stem off from. It's kind of more about that in a way than it is anything else. We try really hard not to do anything political or anything like that.
Nice.
You know,
I think that's it's a smart move. It's a smart move, yeah, because that's hot button. So I like that. I just some things in it made me feel like maybe it was political, but I really like that concept of it a lot more. I feel like that's relatable for people, and I just had to ask because I was very curious. But I guess question that I'd have for you is, what was your favorite part of this song that you got to track or write, or do you have a favorite part that you enjoy playing the most?
So I love like pretty much every aspect of this song. Like we spent a lot of time just kind of redoing every little part. But it started off like almost sounding like it should have been like a cover of Haste the Day. And then Vic kind of got some inspiration and redid that whole intro riff, which is kind of a pain to like. It took a lot of time to like actually build up the endurance to get through that easily to play for a show, and it was not really bad tracking. I have like my favorite two parts, and it's funny because my bass player said the same thing I'm about to say. During like the normal chorus, so the first two times we play the chorus, we kind of strum on a chord, and then we do two funky little chords. Like, kind of, I do a lot of like kind of just call them inverted power chords because I don't spend enough time to actually figure out what the actual name of the chord is. But when we do that, we hit a nice little rhythm on it, and then we do these kind of interesting little rhythms after that that just kind of flowed really well. Um, that little dent to dent to dent to dent that we sneak in after we strum that main chord when we come into the chorus is like low key like one of the favorite parts of that song just because of how it moves so well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, when we do the chorus again at the end of the song, because we don't generally repeat, anything if we can help it. But this was such like the chorus was like vocally such a big part of why we wanted to use this song, so we brought it back at the end a third time. But there's actually a totally different instrumental thing going on underneath that you kind of get lost in the chorus for. But we're doing like we're doing octaves, but we're doing a harmonized octave, which would again like be a big throwback to like the Haste Today kind of MySpace core.
Yeah.
But you kind of get so lost in what all else is going on throughout the song that like unless you're really paying attention to it, you might not quite pick it up really like the first time you listen to it.
Yeah.
And then the rhythms are like the actual breakdown parts are just super fun. Especially we pitch down live with our fractals real fast to play that breakdown when we play it live. Just tap a button and it hits it, like the virtual capo on the fractals is really fun. But yeah, every part of that song we put an insane amount of time into just kind of perfecting.
You can tell. Yeah.
We joke all the time. We're trying to like work on some more music right now. We joke all the time about it. And we're like, how are we going to do it? How are we going to actually like knock out a whole EP when it takes us like this long to because we put so much into one song at a time. But I mean, there's always like a reason for it, for all the songs that we've done taken forever to actually like, all right, now it's ready to go. So.
And that's good though. That's good that you guys put so much care and nurturing into your sound. And I mean, it definitely proves true to, what you guys are accomplishing and everything, because I mean, the sound of that song is huge, man. It's good. It's really good. It sounds so polished. The mixing and the mastering is phenomenal. Like the guitar tones, I think you guys really hit a home run with this one. And I'm really proud of you. Like, that's freaking awesome, dude. I can't wait to hear more songs from you guys now. But yeah, I was so pleasantly surprised when I heard this come on my radio, and I'm like, damn, this shit slams. And I looked down and it was you. I was like, shit, because I know I'm not supposed to listen to the tracks before the show, but I had to finish it out because it was so good. So I'm super pumped for you, and I hope you guys keep putting this kind of stuff out, man. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. And real quick, for those watching at home, if for some reason a setting screen pops up in your face on the stream, my bad. I had to adjust the setting, and I didn't think about it popping up on the screen, so I apologize in advance. But yeah, so back to this track. So Bo, I saw on the lyric video right when it started, it said mixed and mastered by I think it was Brian somebody or another. What's the backstory on this guy?
Oh man. Okay, so he did this song and he did Illusion and Curses that we did last fall. So he is kind of like a legend in the Indianapolis scene. Everybody calls him Bone. Um, it goes back, 20 plus years that he was doing this same stuff while he was playing around in hardcore bands and stuff like that. Like I think he more like death metal and stuff like that. He was just into everything, and he with everybody from the scene back in the day, and did just everything and everything. And he kind of a bunch like our bassist and our drummer knew him from working with him a bunch, and then I've got several buddies that work with him a bunch. And he kind of tries to be low key about actually like actively recording because he doesn't want to advertise that he's actually doing it. He just wants to work with people that he likes.
Oh yeah.
So he just has, I mean, and a bunch of them are our friends bands that are in the scene here and everything. But he's been doing this for a long time, and he just keeps on wildly improving every time he sits down with people. Like the improvement for this song versus the other two songs that we did at the same time back in the fall. Like you're talking like maybe 6 months, maybe 8 months or something like that. But between recording those two and this one, he had already, stepped up another notch and had more ideas on how to get us like the sound that he thinks that we should have.
Right on, right on. And real quick, responding to chat here, I see our friends Ghidorah came by. Yeah, so again, for those kind of new to the show, or if this is their first time, this is host hangout night. We don't get live Q&A with bands tonight. The hosts kind of just hang out. We bring tracks from wherever, whether it be a national band or another underground band or our own bands, and we just hang out, listen to some tracks, and just shoot the crap. And it's just kind of an in-between a normal Banger Wednesday night. We get to talk about some of the things we don't normally get to talk about. Because I mean, we do the show for all the other bands. We don't really, we focus on those bands. And so we spend a little less time talking about some of the things we'd rather talk about. And I say rather, some things we'd like to talk about. And this is an opportunity for us to do that. So yeah. Ghidorah, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we get you guys back on soon on one of the regular host hangout nights. But
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, Ghidorah was the band with the Ancient Aliens reference, right? On that
They
episode.
had like the 10-minute long song. It was like a 10-minute long song.
Yeah.
And it was a whole journey, you guys. So if you guys weren't here for the last Banger Wednesday, you missed out because we went on a whole journey with these dudes, and you guys missed out. So that sucks for you.
Yep, that episode somewhere is, I don't know, where's my camera? Somewhere is down there in the list of videos. I think there's a short down there too. Go check that out if you don't have time to listen or watch the whole episode. But back to Elijah here real quick. So you said that was Gojira, right? So
Gojira.
we're talking about this guy that mixed and mastered you guys. Would this be like a comfort kind of zone for bands that he chooses, or was this a little out of the box for him, your style to mix and master, you'd say?
He definitely does a lot of stuff like us. There's a good 2 or 3 other like metalcore bands that we play a lot of shows with that work with him or have done a bunch of stuff with him, and he's definitely helped develop their sound. And that carries over to the live show because he's all those little ambient things and all that stuff. Like we're slowly trying to incorporate a little bit of that stuff into like backing tracks and everything. The bands that we do a lot of stuff with are full blown backing tracks and all this stuff. So he definitely has a huge hand in how they actually sound live as well, because they're using a lot of that stuff that he's developing with them and everything. And he's really big on the production side. So he likes you coming in with like, a song that's like 60, 70% done so that he can help you finish it and really kind of get his mark on what you're doing and everything. But this is all just like just him on his own. He's not trying to do it as like a full production company and have like a little label or anything. It's just like, hey, we got a couple songs. You know that we love you and we know that you're going to make us sound the way that we want to sound. So let's figure out when we can get in together.
Yeah,
Awesome, dude, because you can hear it. Like you can hear it in the mixing. Like he really nurtured the mixing and mastering of this song, and you can tell. You can tell very much. And the awesome thing about it too is it still sounds very much like you guys. It didn't make it stray so far that you're kind of like, this is unrecognizable or whatever. Like, it still sounds true if you were to listen to it, and then your other songs, it's amplified for sure. Like I think, but I think that's too, to your point, he's kind of molding more each time and working with you guys to make that sound achievable for both of you. And so that's almost like striking gold in a way for you guys to find this guy. So that's amazing, and I'm really glad that that's working out for you guys that way.
Yeah, he's just the nicest guy. Like you do this stuff like in like basically like a corner of his living room in his house is where you're doing like most of the stuff, just tracking and everything. So it's a lot of fun, and you're just hanging out with him all day, and then you have to go get Mexican food at his favorite place down the street when you're done recording. So I had to warn our new member when we went down there to record this, like, hey, if you're riding down there with me, just so you know, it's not just going to be like an 8-hour thing. It's going to be 8 hours, and then we're going out to dinner, and that's how it's going to be, because he wants to get to know you, and we go out with like his girlfriend slash fiance and everything, and we just hang out all night with them and
Oh yeah.
get to know it on a personal level as well. So that just makes it feel like a bigger thing, and like we've talked with him a couple times about, which is just he's really happy to like develop that relationship and make sure that we're going to sound the way that we want to sound with his help. So
That's huge. That's huge. And it's a big deal that he's so happy to put his name on it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's that proud of it. And that's freaking awesome that you guys have that kind of a partnership.
hell yeah. But yeah, so I like, and I asked that question because I really like how he mixes and masters you guys' style. I think it works super well. And definitely don't change anything right now, Bo. You guys got a really awesome sound right now with the newer tracks you've been putting out with this mix and master. Sounds really sick, man. And it seems like every time we hear a new track, it's like you guys seem to somehow grow more, but still sound like you guys. I don't know. It's a weird way to say it, but every time it's like, okay, that's cool. These guys really stepped up. Then the next track, oh, these guys really stepped up. Oh, these guys really stepped up. But it always sounds like Elijah. So that's really cool, man. Super proud of you guys. And it's definitely inspiring me to get off my ass and get some tracks out there, because I've been slacking in that end. But again, for those of you that are joining, we're doing the host hangout. We checked out Scarlet's track, and then we were able to get a little treat, and we heard a track from our resident co-host Bo and the band Elijah, who checked out their track Pressure. This song actually already is on the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. I added it. We listened to it on the show, so now it lives on the playlist. Go find the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist, add it, save it, listen to it from start to finish. It'll take you a while, but